People have to understand that just like a person, an individual, when they themselves have a issue that seems to be their own, the planet on a whole, to whatever degree we all living on this planet agree to something, is how things are happening. And as a way to prove that, let's say that a big group of people feels compassionate. They will cheer the same person that if the person said the wrong thing, the whole crowd could turn against them in majority and be like, do away with him. And they'll be like, yeah, break down the wall, punish the wicked, But then at the same time, a big enough group of people in the majority that feels compassionate will do the opposite. So people have to understand that there's a whole bunch of ways to look at this situation. There's logical things. There's actual things that we know of that we've made up and told everybody so everyone's scared of it. So it is true. You can't say that this many people haven't had cases and that many people haven't had cases, because how can you prove it? It's on the news, it's on TV. It may be right, it may be wrong, but our facts are based off of numbers. So when we say facts, we don't know what the facts are, but that's what we're calling facts in this situation. So we have to take those with a grain of salt, and we have to basically be cautious and careful, because nobody truly knows the severity of this. But the truth about the immune system is that this doesn't really belong or doesn't even really exist in your reality. But the more you expose yourself to it by talking about it, listening to it, watching things on it, the more you open your mind to it, and you become more susceptible to the idea. So how do you stop doing it when everyone around you is talking about it? I guess you can't. But that's when you learn what really is happening in the world and what reality is, and you can understand and use this. So some of the logical things are that bacteria doesn't have anywhere else to go, and viruses don't have anywhere else to go, because especially starting over in China with this mass population, that we know that they eat a lot of animals. Well, when those animals start dying, where do those diseases that those animals carry go? To the people. So there's one thing. On top of that, when we get to the woo-woo stuff, when we say about artificial intelligence, we know technology has a big thing over in those parts of the world too. And we also know that AI is on the move, and that there's a lot of conspiracy theories, which all of these things at the same time are happening. It's not one or the other. Like I'm telling you, the Earth itself has moods. And when it's in one mood, it gets this plan started in motion. And when we're in this universal planetary mood, we get this plan in motion. And then other people follow up on these plans. So we're going in different directions at the same time. So once something happens, there's people who try to capitalize on it. There's people who try to help about it. There's people who get terrified. There's people who do nothing. There's people who complain about it. There's every different option. So all of these things are happening. The conspiracies that people call them are happening. The wonderful, the blessings that are coming of it are happening. But it's all experience, so it's all really a blessing. Even though there was seeming conspiracies, those aren't conspiracies. Those are just some people who don't know what to do, so they're coming up with just blockhead ideas. We're known to do that. So we just get ourselves straight. We get through this little hubbub. We get the big wigs and whoever they think they are to stop talking about things the way they are and spreading fear. Just turn off the TVs, do some breathing exercises. Everybody stay stationary. Whoever's needing treated right now, get treated. Everyone situate and get settled for a few weeks. And bam, it'll all be over. I mean, you don't need to do that, but for us on a whole to get comfortable and everyone to relax, I think that's what everyone's going to have to do. Because other people don't realize. I'm going to be going about and living my normal everyday life because I understand what's going on, and people need bread and people need to eat. So I'm going to be doing my normal thing. People themselves need to get in check. I'm not one of those people who needs to get in check. So, anyway, just a little bit of advice and some tips and some things going on.